I'm assuming that using a knife probably isn't the best way to do it. If you don't want to scratch your case, possibly. Hey guys, this is Mike with Something Mobile, and today I want to show you some accessories that you might want to consider for your Pixel 7 Pro. All right, let's get to that in this video coming up. What is this weird looking thing? Well, this is kind of like a MagSafe for your Pixel 7 Pro. If you want to expand your ability to use your phone to its fullest, then try this. And this pop socket happens to come with MagSafe, and you could tell it's very hard to get it off there, right? So you can turn it all you want. It's not the best way to get it off. On an iPhone, that kind of is, right? Just to kind of turn and take it off. The best way to get this one off is just pull just like that on the corner. Not like this, straight off like that. If you pull straight off like that, especially in the very beginning, it will want to peel this thing off. I've had this on for about 2 weeks now, and some people have been leaving bad reviews on this, saying it'll come off real easy. All I did was put some alcohol on the case. I let it dry. Did it one more time, wiped it down. I let it dry. And then I put this on and did not try to take it off and let it sit there for about a good 5 minutes. This is a Spigen Thin Fit case, and now that I have talked about this MagFit, I do want to go away and talk about this case, but first I want to show you something else. This is another reason. So here is a charger that was made by ESR. It's a MagSafe charger made for an iPhone, but it actually does charge your device. And what's cool about this accessory right here is the fact that it has a kickstand. You can turn that any way you want. And if you want, you can just use it as something to kind of hold on to. It really does kind of help you get a little bit more grip, and it will charge your phone at 7.5 watts. You guys are probably wondering if this actually does work, and I have a cable right here to see if it will. And the phone is charging, okay? One more time. This is why it's so cool, because you can just kind of set your phone down and not have to worry about it. You know that it's connected. There's also now, Anker makes a battery, right? A battery bank that has MagSafe on it that you can also keep on your phone. Otterbox makes one that I ordered that's coming in the mail with the cases that I recently ordered. This is the carbon fiber version. This is the silver version. This version right here, this one right here, I'm going to be taking the case off. I'm going to put it directly on the phone and seeing how strong the magnetic pull is or strength is if you have this on the phone instead of on the case. All right, so we're gonna see if that works in this video. I like this Pixel Watch. There's a lot of cool things about it. It's not perfect. It's not anything like, no, I can't say it's not anything like. It's not up to the same standards, and it doesn't have as many features as the newest Apple Watch, but it doesn't need to. It just enables you to have a better, more enjoyable experience with your phone. And that's what the first Apple Watch did, is it gave me an extension of my phone while not having to open up my phone and look at it. It just allows me to get away from my technology a little bit more. And anything that allows technology to get out of the way, out of my way of being able to have a regular life and not having to look down at my phone, that is what it's supposed to do. That is what this watch does, and that is why I have one. I also have an Apple Watch for my iPhone. Yes, I definitely recommend it. I like Fitbit on this more than Apple Watch's version of, you know, fitness tracking and all that stuff. Apple Watch, they'll give you like different badges and things. Fitbit also gives you some awards or whatever that you can earn, achievements and things like that. But the fitness and sleep tracking, all that aside, the Pixel Watch is amazing for what it is. If you're expecting it to be something that is way better than any Apple Watch or even as good as the newest Apple Watch, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you have your expectations in the same mindset that I do and hoping that it makes your phone experience better, then yes, you will like the Pixel Watch. And besides that, the Pixel Watch on its own, this is the LTE version. I do like the style and fit of this band. I like the way this watch feels on my wrist more than the Apple Watch. It does seem to be pretty accurate when it comes to my heart rate. The armor suit is what I have from my Pixel Watch right now. Main reason I recommend getting a screen protector for your Apple or your Pixel Watch. When you are going by a counter, your arm happens to be about the same height as a granite countertop, and your watch will go by it and the granite will reach out and kind of scratch the surface of your watch like it did for my first version of my Apple Watch. And after a while, that scratch, if it's deep enough, it'll turn into a crack. And then after a while, that crack will eventually start to have the face of your watch kind of separate. It does get dirty a little bit easier on the face, but basically all I do is just just go like this, turn like this, and wipe it like that on my back. And actually it like perfectly wipes it down, and it will clean your watch and you're good to go. It's another good accessory for your Pixel 7 Pro. This case is super nice. It's exactly what you want for a slim kind of fitting case, but yet somewhat still protective. I've had one of these cases even on my iPhones, on my Android devices, my S21 Ultra, and it's got little tiny voids in the corners there, and that allows for a little bit more cushion if it happens to come in contact with the ground, which this case did, and it left a couple of little marks, and they kind of just went away. It's got a really nice soft touch feel to it, and it is kind of like a hard plastic back, and then the sides are TPU, and yeah, it's pretty rigid for what it is. Anything that I talk about here will be in the description down below. All right guys, let's get on to installing this onto this and see if it will actually hold on to something like a pop socket or even like something like this ESR charger in the next part of this video coming up. If you guys are finding this video helpful at all, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. On the right of the subscribe button, you'll see a bell notification. Click that as well, and you'll see any videos like this that come out in the future. Here's the alcohol swabs that I use right here, and I'm gonna clean off a fairly good area. This right here is a guide, okay? So there's no numbers on the sides, but you don't really need them as much as you do need the numbers on the top here. So when I fitted mine for my case, I needed to fit it at about a 7. So it was about a 7 on top, looking straight down, and a 7 on the bottom, okay? So when I got that, I looked from side to side to make sure that I believe it was this middle line right here. So I lined those up, and I went ahead and pushed it down. That's what it gave me right there, perfectly center of the phone, which actually works out really well because you want it centered, because that way when it's laying on its back, it just kind of stays perfectly like that, nice and balanced. And because of that, it feels good in the hand when you're holding it. Okay, that balance really, really does help. All right, it's just for comfort. And when you're in the car using this in the pop socket mount, the phone doesn't really want to go forward on you as much. The problem with having it way down here is the weight of the top of the phone will want to pull it forward and off. You want it to kind of be like this on the mount, kind of staying straight up so where you can see it for navigation or anything like that. Do your best not to touch this part right here. All right, so it looks like 6 is going to work out just fine for the Pixel 6 Pro. Just set it down like on its side, like a tilt, just so you can kind of keep it locked in a little bit, resting on there. I'm going to go ahead and push all the sides there. Get it to stop sticking on the inside of the case. There you go. Perfect. And the main thing that was happening there is there's not as much of a lip here as there is here, it seems like. So this was kind of pushing it away. So if Spigen is watching, it seems like this is made for more of a camera that is not going straight across here. It's more of one that is like on the S22 Ultra. So because of that, you have to work around the fact that this bump is there. So you have to push this down quite a bit right there to get it to stop sticking from on here. And I got it pretty much centered. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. And I feel like there's somewhat of an oilophobic coating on this, so it might not want to stick. Even though this is glass, it might not want to stick as well. Possibly. I'm really gonna miss having this little guy. But what I'll do is I'll try to salvage it. See how easy it is to get this off. It's kind of an interesting thing is how do you, once you have it on, how easy is it to get off? And I'm assuming that using a knife probably isn't the best way to do it. If you don't want to scratch your case, possibly. There it goes. Just pop that up right there. Perfect. Get that off there. Let's slowly, I don't want to bend it. That's the thing, is I don't want to bend this. So if I can just kind of creep it off there, there it goes. It's bent. I think it is, yeah. It's bent. Maybe I can bend it back in place, but I'll do that later. Put it back on here. See if I can salvage this for later. So I was kind of wondering if there would be somewhat of a lift that you could see on the back of the phone, and it really doesn't seem to be too obvious that there's anything in there. Let's see if this will hold. it definitely is not as strong. So it barely wants to hold. So for use with a pop socket case like this, probably not the best. So I don't even think I can, let's see. Yeah, it comes off super easy. I mean, it holds. It holds, but it's not perfect as far as that goes. Let's see how well this holds. It holds, but not very well. So you can see it's gonna fall off. Yep, there you go. Yeah, all right, so definitely, I mean, you could, like, if you're just gonna use it just to charge, like just to like put your phone down like that and charge it, and so that way you know for sure you're not gonna walk away and, you know, not find the correct spot to be able to charge your phone, then I would say, yeah, maybe. I did buy a MagSafe case that actually has MagSafe built into it. You don't have to use the Spigen connector. It's an actual MagSafe case made for the Pixel 7 Pro. If you guys want to see that video, go ahead and click that video right over here. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell icon, the right subscribe button. Like this video if I helped you at all. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a good day. All right, bye.